that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
This episode is brought to you by James Bond's favorite backdoor popcorn from a freshly killed beaver. It's wonderful. Backdoor beaver. And we're here. And we're going to talk about the last Craig film I kind of enjoyed. And it's got some good stuff in it, like moments. But I've got so many problems, but we'll go over it during the show. All the little fucking problems. And in fact, I would say that Cinema Sins came close to what I had a beef with this film. But my biggest beef was the fact that this director, when I listen to him talk, sounds like a functional idiot. And I'm like, wow, this guy got so fucking lucky in his life. And that's how it happens. These lucky idiots out there, they have an ounce of talent and they just get lucky to make friends. They hobnob with the right people. And next thing you know, their careers fucking take off. Mendez. And I don't like him very much. And all of the fucking ideas that he had for this movie, when you break it down, were moronic ideas. They sound great and clever when they're all by themselves, but when collected into a story, make no sense. And they're frustrating. And I couldn't believe they had 3 guys working on this screenplay and couldn't explain to him the failure of logic. Failure, utter, absolute, no arguing with me on this. An absolute failure of logic of what the villain's motivation is and why he's motivated to do it. It's like, you can tell me, yeah, he's got mama issues. That's fine. I'll live with that. You can tell me that he's got it in for him because he felt personally betrayed by her. I get that too. But this guy is so advanced with his technology and hacking MI6. He somehow made computers explosive to blow up that floor at MI6. Like, really? Like, that looked like high explosive. Like, how did they do that? Nobody explains. None of that needs to be explained to us. We just know that he's so fucking brilliant that he can do that. And he goes and does all these things, seem to know moment by moment where Bond is at all times because he's leading him to him. That everything that Bond is doing is predestined because Javier Bardem's character wants it that way. This has to happen. And he does all of this stuff, planning everything. He even knows that he's going to escape when he's going to escape. And as he's escaping, that Bond's going to chase him. And that Bond is going to be standing right there at that exact moment when that exact train needed to come through. And he blows the wall and the train comes crashing in on it.
Let's not forget that.
Oh, the train was empty? I don't know. They probably took the people out because it's PG-13. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't
care. That story is weak as fuck. It just doesn't hold on.
Oh, well, it's not even a story. That's just a premise, a plot device. And it's a device that doesn't work because when all is said and done, if he has pre-planned all of this in advance, knowing it was going to happen, you would think this guy's got something elaborate coming, right? This guy is planned for something massive, right? No, it's a shootout in a courtroom. That's what he planned for. And when that happened, I sat there in the theater going, why did all that other shit have to happen? He could have just snuck over and showed up and probably succeeded at killing her. All that other subterfuge was for nothing. There was no point to it. Nothing. There's no reason for any of that other shit to have happened. It was plot devices used to push the story forward. And there's nothing more weak in storytelling and writing than using plot to push your story forward. And that's critical, technical criticism in writing. And I still like this film. That fucking final act, man. I'm telling you, I fucking love that final act. And I loved a lot of the individual pieces, but they don't go together. Structurally, they don't work. There's no function, form or function to the way this story was written. But each little element was like its own little story, and that was kind of cool. But that's the problem when you got people like Mendez driving the train, because the guy doesn't understand story. So many directors don't know story. And it's annoying. And they think because they understand plot, that means they understand story. And I'm like, no, they're two totally different things. Story is its own thing. Plot is a device that you can or don't need to use in a story. You can have a story without any plot, but you can't have a plot without a story. That's not a rule I created. That's the law of writing.
It reminds me of, hey, dude, where's my car?
Laws.
And then,
and then. So it's got all these things in there that are kind of cool when you look at them independently, but when you look at them as a whole, it crumbles. It falls apart. It's a terrible fucking story until we get to Skyfall. And then the complaints that CinemaSins had about that, I'm like, fuck off. This is actually the best part of the movie, and it works. It's like you said, Shanatsky, Home Alone, starring James Bond.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of didn't quite enjoy it as much because the movie had already taken me out of it. So, like, I enjoyed the climax, but I didn't enjoy what it took to get there.
Well, he doesn't sob, Slasher Fred. He doesn't sob. In fact, if you don't pay attention, you would miss he's crying because he's so stone-faced. And it was his wife that spotted it. And she was like, you cheeky fucker. You snuck in crying. Because if you don't pay attention, you won't see the teardrop fall off his nose twice. It's not sweat. It's not water from being in the pond. Those were tears. And it lets you know that Bond cared about him. And I get that.
That's an appropriate time for him to get sad, too.
That is, when she fucking dies.
But she's so unlikable.
But again, she didn't sob. She is, well, in this movie in particular. The other one, she's kind of likable, kind of not likable. And you don't like her in this movie until they're there at the house. And then she suddenly becomes a human character. At the beginning of the movie, she's a fucking micromanager. It's like,
you just want her to stop fucking talking while they are chasing the guy.
She's
like, what's happening? What's happening all the time? Like,
well, they have a person in charge of those operations. They would be in a TOC center, tactical operations center, and not in the fucking offices. That was so fucking weird. Like, what are you doing? Like, no, this is a command mission. What are you doing? They would be in a tactical operations center, and they would have a TOC commander. That person would be in charge of the mission, and she would be talking directly to them. They've shown that in other Bond films, but somehow by this one, because Mendez doesn't give a shit about logic, he wanted to have it go this way, and it made no sense the way they did it. Also, I'm going to get into another one fucking tirades here. Eve Moneypenny. Just let's dig into this. Naomi Harris isn't only a DEI hire by the studio, but her character is also a DEI hire. Her character can't shoot. She clearly can't fucking drive. Yet, despite that, she is somehow assigned as a field agent assisting a fucking 00 operative. And
then she
then,
shoots him.
and then let's get good. She's a terrible shot, like I said. And for some reason, 007 has a field agent that he's going to be working with that he's not aware of or knows. And I'm like, this is just stupid.
Oh, he's
stupid
aware of
writing.
her. They're in the fucking car together. But they haven't been introduced? Come on, fuck off.
My name is Eve. And it's like, most people in these Bond films introduce themselves by their last names. I'm Agent Fields. Not her. She introduces herself as Eve. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
they had-
because
fuck off.
they are
had the same-
constructing that surprise moment in the office when she introduces herself as
Yeah.
Eve Moneypenny, and it's bullshit.
And again, that's creating a device. That's not storytelling. That's using a device. And that just sends me into the stratosphere when writers do that. That's bad writing. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
Add to that the interview that we watched where she was talking about it's not enough to be pretty anymore. Like shitting on all the
like
Bond girls.
all the
before her.
females Bond
Yeah.
girls from before were all just pretty, not talented or capable. Oh my God. You can tell she was a DEI hire. She is just so self-important. I fucking
Remember
hated
the
her
past.
as a person and as a member of the cast. What?
Remember the past. That thing that you're exploiting and the entire reason you're here is actually evil. And none of this series was good until you came along.
Absolutely. Yeah. And by the way, I agree with you, Bayona Red. This should have been the last Bond film for Daniel Craig. It should have just ended there. And they should have moved on. But they were so nervous. Barbara Broccoli and her stepbrother, fucking nervous. So we'll give him whatever he wants. Well, at that point, he started demanding control over the character. And because he already had input on this one. And you could tell. Because he and fucking Mendez, who were friends, by the way, before this movie, because Craig's the one who brought him on. So that allowed him a lot of latitude to have more control over what was going on in the film. And you can tell because there's a lot of stupid shit in this. I think that being a talented actor doesn't make you fucking intelligent. I think Daniel Craig's a fucking idiot. And it shows. More he got involved with the Bond film storytelling, the worse they got. What's this? Usual Suspects. Yeah, I'm kind of new to the movie enthusiast community. Actually, I'm not much of a movie enthusiast. I find all the movie enthusiast insights interesting. Oh, okay.
He didn't get my reference, I guess. That's okay.
That's someone from your channel?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Gary's more than an enthusiast.
I'm not an enthusiast, but I'm a cinephile, and I love talking film. But that doesn't mean I'm always going to talk nice about it, because I'll call out bad writing when I see it. And this film had great action. I love that scene on the train, despite it not making sense, some of the things that was decided there. But I really did like the way when he crashes that backhoe through the top of the train and then comes jumping in. He's already wounded, and he fucking straightens his coat and checks his sleeves and his, the cufflinks. And I'm like, that's classic Bond move. I like that. But there's so many things, like when you break down just little things within those scenes, you begin to see, again, a breaking down of logic. And, that wouldn't work that way, or that wouldn't happen. Like the way she's following him is like really weird. She should have jumped on the rail with that vehicle and rode the rail following the truck. But that wouldn't have put her in that position she was in to take that bad shot she did. She's a terrible shot. And that she was even a field agent makes no sense. Mendez described Bond as experiencing a combination of lassitude, boredom, and depression, and difficulty with what he's chosen to do for a living. Yeah. And I mean, it's not that far off from what Ian Fleming wrote, but the one thing that Bond wasn't lacking was giving a shit. He did care about things. He did care about what he was doing, but he became a little more distant the older he got, which is part of what Ian was writing, is that doing this over time, there's a price that gets paid. And sometimes it's detachment from your own moral center. And what these stories were for were moments for Bond to remember he has a moral center. And because he finds things to care about in the story. I mean, that's what I thought was so good about them. Thanks, Gambit. Who's all here right now? We got Snorty, Gambit, Real Popcorn Geek, Penny, USSRG, Bayona Rad, and Sandra Hammerslag.
And Slash of Red.
Hi, guys. Oh, I didn't see that in the. Yeah, it's not in the private chat. So hi, Slash of Red.
I think he just came.
I always liked Rory Kinnear. I loved his dad. He was one of my favorite actors growing up. And Rory kind of reminds me of his dad. And I liked his character. And I read that he was going to be one of the people that betrays MI6 and Bond. And I'm glad they changed that later. Because the character was likable. Even though I don't like those last films, I always felt he was just a really good guy. Hi, Penny. Well, that's just it. And what they should have been doing in these films was showing how emotionally aloof he becomes, to where when he finds that next woman, who should have been the character from, what do you call it, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Instead, they came with their own character, and they went off reservation too far. And I told Keith that I gave up because they went too far off the reservation for me. And it's not Bond anymore. This isn't Bond. And he put it best by saying that this is straight from Keith. This is alternate universe James Bond. That's why they can get away with killing Felix Leiter.
The
That's
only
why they
thing
can get
Bond in
away
this movie
killing
is
Bond.
Martin, if you ask me. Nothing else seems to fit.
Well, I
And is a
still
micromanaging weirdo. Q is a fucking kid that's a computer whiz kid and shits all
that
over
whole thing.
Gantlet. What the fuck?
First of all, he's in charge of the weapons division, and they got him on computers in this movie.
Makes no sense.
I'm like, what? And
yeah,
somebody was gonna be-
Quartermaster Branch. Duh.
Yeah, quartermaster. Just
Yeah.
fucking dumb. I blame Mendez.
And he has
for
no respect.
bulk
What
of
an
this.
unlikable character. All three of
Yeah.
them.
Not a likable character, and he gets worse as
Well,
the
the
films
new
went
M.
on.
I like Ralph Fiennes. We're fine.
Well, Ralph Fiennes is a great actor, but he got screwed. He got stuck with the worst films of the franchise. And it makes me sad for him because he should have been a better, more celebrated M. And the same thing goes for Judi Dench. Shouldn't have been brought back. That should have been somebody like Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Bringing her back was weird.
Have her play a different M made no sense. Another thing that I dislike is that now we know the names of the people being M, and they all start with an M. Come on, why? Just why?
I know. Come on. So anyway, you might call Q woke. Well, I kind of was. I mean, I wasn't really bothered by that. What I was bothered by was that he's fucking a computer nerd, not a fucking guy in charge of weapons. So I just had problems with that. And I'm referring to Q played by Ben Whishaw, which, yeah, that's what I'm talking about too.
Don't forget your original complaint, Gary, that he just got his double like 2 movies ago, and now he's already too old.
Yeah, I know. There was supposed to be years between. This is supposed to be years later. I don't know, man. I had so many problems with this. Because in No Time to Die, he doesn't come across as, he is.
Well, that doesn't make him woke.
And I don't see where it was important that he needed to be anything. It's like
checking
like
boxes,
Harrison
that's
Ford
all it is.
in the movie The Conversation. Harrison Ford played his character as gay. Do you get that in the movie? No, not really. Is it important in the film? Nope. Has nothing to do with what's going on. And the way he saw his character being gay is because the character is so fastidious. And I'm like, well, that's why guys like Travis and I get thought of being gay, because we're fastidious. And also Felix Unger and the actor who played him. People still believe this day he was gay.
Really,
I'm not
Gary?
talking about Jack Lemmon. I'm talking about Tony Randall. And people believed he was gay. And it's like, no, he fucking married his high school sweetheart and stayed married to her until she died. And then
That doesn't mean he can't be gay, though.
Oh, he was in love with her. No, his wife said it best. That man is not gay. Very romantic, very into what I have.
See,
And what
Gary,
did he do? She wasn't able to have children, his first wife. So they never had children. So he married younger and knocked her up immediately and had some kids when he married his second wife. And that's what he always wanted. He wanted to be a dad. And he never got to be that. So what were you going to say, Shanotsky?
Oh, I was saying, Gary, I thought it was all the gay sex was the reason people thought you were gay.
No, because I'm okay with backdoor play. What's your point?
Oh, okay.
How many actors played Felix? 4 or 5. Okay, you've got Jack Lemmon. You've got Tony Randall. You have, oh my God, what's his name? The son of Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son. Oh my God, I forgot his fucking name. Anyway, he played him next. And then years later, they would have the New Odd Couple with Matthew Perry oddly as Oscar. He clearly should have been Felix because he's so neurotic. But he got to play, and they got the guy Lennon, the guy from Reno 911 to play Felix. So Lennon was the last actor that I know of to play Felix. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wikipedia has 9 actors.
Damn.
Okay, I'm not aware of the other ones. Those are the only ones I know of.
Michael Pate, Jack Lord, Seth Linder, Rick Van Nutter, Norman Burton, David Hedison, Bernie Casey, John Terry, and Jeffrey.
Okay, those
Wright.
are on stage. We're talking
Okay.
about on film or television. Yeah, I know the 3 of the ones you mentioned are on stage,
Okay.
including David Hedison.
Doesn't
So
specify.
Gary,
But
what do you think of Spectre and No Time to Die? I did not like Spectre. I thought it was a jumbled mess. And No Time to Die was, in my opinion, an insult to Bond fans. And they threw all these homages in there to appease the Bond fans. And it's like, that's not what we wanted. We just wanted a Bond movie. Just give us a Bond movie. They couldn't do that. So they threw all these great throwbacks to classic Bond, including the title of the film being based on the song, We Have All the Time in the World. And the movie ends with that song, sung to his woman and his daughter. You know, they're listening to it on the radio at the end. And I'm like, this is a terrible ending. This is terrible.
Well, it's a better place now without your dad in it.
Yes,
What
we
a
need
listing.
just women.
Yeah.
By the way, I did appreciate one of the things that CinemaSins said is that we saw this scene before in Taken 2. It's shot in the same location, exact same location.
Everybody's always taking my stuff. Even my
They
movies.
shot in great locations, though. That's one thing that works for this movie. It looks great.
Oh yeah, visually this is a beautiful film. Action scenes are great. I didn't like some of the like when you showed him on the motorcycle there, we had the still image. Clearly not a real background behind it. CG. So we can move on to another comment, buddy.
I'm kind of busy. Give me a second.
Yeah, got that one. Oh, I like this one. Absolutely agree. A definite besmirchment on Bond. So glad you feel that way. I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going to do it real quick so I can get caught up. Let's see. What is this one? John Terry. All of them were appealing installment. I sent you a photo to show related to the film. So did you get that, Martin?
I'm working on that.
Okay, I just want to know if you got it. So John Pontoriero, nice to meet you. Oh, from when you were in London in 2023. Awesome. No Time to Die is worse than Spectre. That much I will say. And you will get no argument from me. I think they're both equal garbage. Great stunts, garbage.
It's like everybody working on this movie knows what they're doing, except for the writers.
By the way, this is the first film where they did digital doubles, where the double actors
Yeah, the
that
guy
did some of the
who
stunts, they did
fails.
the
It looks too much CGI.
yeah, it does. It's really noticeable. Yet when we got all the way to that last horrible film, No Time to Die, it was really good. It was well done. Too bad the film wasn't as good as the visual effects and action.
What? Are you saying that it's not the same?
Here.
Okay, these are I'm gonna take this down for a while. And these are the pictures that Tim graciously sent us. This is
Oh,
Bond,
that's the
of course.
painting. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but this is the movie. And this is his picture.
Yep.
Which
It's
is
right there on the
picture on
right hand
right.
side. Yep. After the Casino Royale film was based on the book, most Daniel Craig Bond films have been copying the Roger Moore films and the Bourne and Taken action scene. Absolutely. In fact, they stole from Pierce Brosnan too. The whole dying at the beginning is an echo of the final Pierce Brosnan film when he's captured by North Korea and ends up going to Hong Kong. M's death was, well, whenever you see that, a major character killed in a film, it's inspired by Spock's death.
Just the whole naming scheme, especially for like No Time to Die, it just reminds me of that Simpsons joke with Lionel Hutz when his ad's wrong. It's like, no, money down.
Absolutely. Hey, it's Robot Shlomo. Haven't seen you in a while, bud. Spectre is the same movie as Captain America Winter Soldier, except that one's better. That's a good film. Spectre is
No, Spectre is Austin Power. It's the third Austin Power in which the Austin Power and Dr. Evil are brothers.
okay, Robot Shlomo. Martin is arguing with you. I'm ignoring it because I don't agree.
What?
Hi, Robot Shlomo. Yeah, her standing here at this window is just so fucking annoying. Immediately, what did I say to you, Anima? She should be fired. Her character should be fired. She got a major operative killed. A member of the 00. There are only 9 of them.
8 now.
And she got one of them killed. In
She
fact,
should
she
never have given
ordered
that
a
command.
shot. Take the
Yeah.
goddamn shot.
First, she pairs him up with an incompetent agent, and then she gives that order. No, she needs to be fired over this.
DEI. She is DEIM. DEI.
DI'd another day.
Take the bloody shot. Yeah. Fuck, man.
I mean, you're supposed to listen to your CO. It's like, you told me to take the damn shot.
And I think a big mistake is trying to make it look like Bond died here. And great song, great animation, and more importantly, an actual story all by itself. The visual story here is really cool. And it kind of tells you what's going to happen in the film if you pay attention, what's going on here in this animation. But we suddenly just find Bond alive. He's just
Which
alive.
is completely unbelievable. You don't survive that. Not even a
Like,
little
fall
bit.
like that? Fuck no.
Where did he get hit even? Because he
He was
doesn't seem to have a
shot
wound
twice.
marker.
He was shot twice and fell that fucking distance. And then
That
went off
bullet
a
that
fucking
he's sticking
waterfall.
out is in his shoulder. I don't know where the second one went.
The other one that she shot him with, God only knows. But the one he got shot with by him was a serious shot. That was a dangerous hit that could kill him. Yeah, this is some of the best animation they had done in an opening title. Yeah, left shoulder when the guy shot him with the depleted uranium round. But yeah, everything here is foretelling what's about to happen in this movie. And I kind of like that. It was fun. Oh, yeah, she was much better with Pierce Brosnan. I felt that her character was weird in the Daniel Craig films. Like, it didn't make sense. The way she's talking to Daniel Craig on his first operation, like he's a seasoned soldier, a blunt instrument like you. Like, where the fuck did that come from? You barely know this guy.
And who thought it was a good idea to bring back the same actor and have her play a different character?
Yeah, somebody made that decision, and it was fucked up, man, because it was so confusing. If they wanted a woman, bring in another dame. Bring in Helen Mirren. She would have been
They
perfect.
wanted to keep working with her. And they could have made it work if they hadn't decided, no, she needs to be a different M now.
Absolutely agree with you, Bayona. Absolutely agree.
It's like, yeah, and also now we know Ralph Fiennes is basically the leftovers for Judi Dench's M. It's like, well, yeah, you wouldn't be in charge if we hadn't lost the other one.
Yeah, this song is a nostalgic callback to classic Bond songs, and I like that. And I loved it because she was deeply involved with the writing of it, and she worked with him on both writing it and producing it because he was the producer on it, and they really brought the Bond theme into the song. It's in the song. If you pay attention to, despite the lyrical movement of it, that is Bond's theme played throughout that song, which is why it begins with the Bond theme and ends with it, that solid note. The sort of juxtaposition between the past and the future is remarkable. Personally, Quentin Tarantino, I wouldn't have seen when I wouldn't mind him having been behind it, like the writing of it, but I wouldn't want to see him direct it. But his idea of going back to Cold War Europe and make it a black and white film and have Pierce Brosnan play Bond, but it's an alternate universe Bond that goes all the way back to the original and do Casino Royale. And I thought that was brilliant. And even what's his name, Christopher Nolan suggested that if he did Bond, it would be a period piece because Bond belongs in the Cold War.
Yeah, the series started to go off the rails once the Cold War ended. Like, in essence, GoldenEye is like them holding on to that last little bit of the Cold War before it's like,
And that's
yep,
why,
no more
yeah,
Cold War.
because GoldenEye embraces both because it starts during when he goes to that dam. Yeah, this whole scene's so ridiculous. It's like, so wait a minute, they got explosives into MI6. How the fuck they do that? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't look behind the curtain.
They didn't put explosives. They were when with another explanation as equally as ridiculous. When Bond is talking to Silva, it says so. He says that Silva did in fact create explosion with gas lines. What gas line is in that office?
That building is too modern for gas. Yeah.
So he just had someone like unscrew the gas main and then like Fight Clubbed it basically.
I suppose M had a kitchenette in her office.
He interneted it.
Question for the chat: what movie do you think marks the one when Bond jumped the laser-equipped shark? Oh, the worst one was Pierce Brosnan's last movie, Die Another Day, the one that Madonna did the theme song.
Yep.
The whole car, the CG in that was just so bad. The sailing, solar sailing, what the fuck he was doing during that chase scene, it was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, Bond should never have noticeable CGI. I'm not saying you can't use it, but do it for things like, hey, replace Stuntman's head with his for something that's dangerous, or that kind of stuff. But don't like where it's obvious he's not really there. He's not really doing anything. It needs to be seamless.
It won't have time travel, but it will be a time story. He's already said what he would do.
Here's the next stupid thing. He's in somewhere in South America, and they happen to have CNN on in a bar. Yeah.
This happened. Yeah.
Yes.
And then he manages to sneak into M's apartment because the boss of MI6 doesn't have security in any
yeah, right. It's like
way.
They just had a direct attack on MI6, and she's at home with no security.
Well,
so many stupid things in this movie.
For starters, yes, we had CNN in Latin America. And second, he was in India.
But it wouldn't be on in a bar.
No, if he was in the airport because CNN paid for the longest time, so they were just flat out the thing that was playing on the airport all the time.
They can bring the news, but just make it any random channel that would be on in a bar. I'm sorry.
I will argue that I like that, but Jinx is the last Bond girl I liked. But it was a terrible movie. Great opening, though. That whole North Korea scene, him being tortured, fuck yeah. Terrible opening song. I fucking hate Madonna. They're like, how are we going to make Daniel Craig look older? And somebody goes, don't use makeup on him. Just let him do the scene without. And there you go.
I really don't like her reaction to him here. They thought he was dead, shot by his fellow agent. But then he shows up at her place, and the first thing she says to him is, where the fuck have you been? Holy shit. I mean, come on, people.
By the way, I haven't said hello to El Villegas. Hi. Hi. I don't know how to say hi. Hi.
Oh, Sandra, you couldn't even wait till the second hour.
Yeah, that's the one I fucking hated. That in the car, the whole digital effects on that one was just terrible. I also hated the premise that the North Korean son of Kim Jong-un in the movie has a surgery to make him Anglo. And that was a weird one. And I like Toby Stephens. I love him as an actor. That was a terrible idea.
Whitewashing the movie. I don't know. The diamonds being stuck in the skin is kind of interesting, though. Why couldn't they just surgically remove them?
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. Don't let him sleep for 3 days. Or where is it? There it is. Don't let him sleep for 3 days. Daniel Craig looks like shit.
I don't know. Just stick him in a
He always
cave
looks
for
like
years
shit.
with the One Ring.
It should be right around 58 through 64 is a bulk of the Bond story should be told in those years. We could go back and have a lot of fun.
Oh, then you can say, "Will you still need me when I'm 64?"
Yeah.
It's a Beatles joke for Anima if you didn't
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah,
I got
that's
it and
gonna
it
land
sounds
right
funny.
with her.
Hey, tell it to Shinatsky, not me. That the new Bond story in the 60s. Yeah. Natalia Simonova. She was the other Bond girl in GoldenEye, right?
Yep.
She was gorgeous. Now, once again, I want to point out that in all of his preparedness in redirecting MI6 to do and Bond to do everything that they do, he also somehow figured out that they'll use this old funky bunker built during World War II. And then all of that just to have a shootout in a courthouse.
I'd love to be like the meeting where he's discussing his plans with his minions, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do that. Why don't we just attack her in the courtroom? Shut up.
Deleted
What?
scenes starring Stephen Otten. It seems Kaiser Sose would be an interesting alter ego to use now and then.
Which was
That
the
was you,
reference I was
Stephen.
trying to make earlier. Yeah.
Okay. I can see some scene like again Austin Power. Somebody says to Silva, but we just go and shoot him. Boom! I got a gun on my desk. You do not understand it. You don't get it, do you?
Yeah, that
You
sentence
don't get
needs to
it, do
be in
you? I
there.
have to imply he's a homosexual. Then it's funny.
Hey, I'm not saying that using it isn't a bad idea, but that Silva expected this. Fucking each scene is like a shark jumping scene of logic. There are a few of these bunkers there in London like this that they can start using. I bet at a moment's notice. Sure, but which ones? You know, he wouldn't fucking know unless they're trying to say that he's like uh, quantum in that they have people embedded inside of MI6, but they pretty much supposedly purged that by this movie. This is years later.
Man, MI6 is just as leaky, if not more leaky, than fucking Shield at this point.
I do
It's
like that
yeah,
moment when he digs out the depleted uranium round from his chest in those little pieces and gives them to Rory to have him test them.
James Bond in Gulf War Syndrome.
Oh, Oh, what's that? What do you guys think of the Tennyson poem? That's a great poem. What is it, Ulysses?
But there's nothing to like about this version of Moneypenny.
Definitely not worth any penny.
No.
I am with you on that, Sander. I'm not a fan of that movie, 1917. Roger Deakins is an extraordinary cinematographer. Yes, he is. He had photographed Michael Radford's dystopian movie '84 and marked the final instance of Richard Burton. There you go.
Isn't this always the problem? There's someone who's a great visualist, but they don't know how to write. But because they're great visualists, they're able to convince people to give them money because what they show for their pitches looks amazing.
Bayona, I don't think anybody I know likes this version of Moneypenny. I might be wrong.
TI people probably like her.
Yeah, like Martin. Martin likes her.
Well,
so conveniently quiet.
Well, she does get a lot closer to Bond than the other Moneypenny ever did.
That shaving scene was so weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
the whole
made no
sexy
sense.
thing there. Like, why is she there? So, ugh. But I do like the scene. I like what he does. But he did fuck up, guys, if you didn't know this. And it's not his fault. Because, look, Daniel Craig's an idiot. He's a talented. Talented does not denote intelligence. They're two totally different things. They come from different parts of the brain. Okay, and I do enjoy this scene, by the way, but I hate this version of.
Oh, I got it. He's an acting savant. That's what he is.
So, but so much of this film is just unnecessary. And one of the rules they teach you in creative writing, when you're writing real literature writing, is every bit of your dialogue is there for really one reason, is to push your story forward. And if it's not pushing your story forward, Quentin Tarantino, then it's just a bunch of crap happening.
But when you listen to these people talking about working on this movie, they are patting themselves on the back and think they did
All
a
of them
really
are.
good job. They are
I know.
so
I
full
watched
of
that
shit.
with you. It was bad.
I know.
Clapping themselves on the back for everything. This too kind of kills me. Every single bit of this technology is old. That is 60 years old. That technology in his hand right there. 60 years old. We've had that technology since the 1960s. When it comes to his gun, we've had that technology for over 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know anything anymore in Hollywood.
And they really don't know because they fuck up and have him wear gloves when he's using the gun.
Well, that's it. That's the part I was getting ready to
out.
bring up.
They
Because
really don't know what they're doing.
He asks the customer, he says, "Hey, I really like these gloves. Is it okay if I wear these?" And then they ask the director, Mendez, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." Not realizing, paying attention, that he's got his gun. And he can't use the gun if he's got the gloves on. So they had to spend a ton of money to digitally remove the gloves from his hands and put in his hand, realistic looking hands. It's so stupid.
I wish I had the level of money to blow on stupid shit that these guys do, because for the money they blow on these things, I could give you a movie easily.
Yeah, I always liked Mike Nichols. That movie's really tough to watch, though. I mean, it's a good film, But holy crap, the intensity between Burton and Taylor and that is crazy. Because I think they're acting out their own marital problems on screen. And I do believe he was also drunk a lot of the time on the set, which is why he looks so haggard. No one can replace old Q. Yeah, Llewellyn was the best. They tried to bring in a new Q with John Cleese, and I probably would have enjoyed that. But they didn't continue Q. Llewellyn did that classic scene, always planned for an escape or something, and goes down through the elevator, and then he went off and died in an automobile accident in real life. And so he couldn't come back. And John Cleese was introduced as the new guy. They called him something else, so I forget the character's name. And but he was going to end up being the one that takes over for being Q, the head of Q branch.
For really?
Hi, Action Popcast. What's up, man? Also, a gun that can only be used with the user's handprint leaves a huge issue if the weapon is dropped and recovered by, say, a rival government. Yeah, let's leave Yeah, there you go. There's a problem with that. Also, what if your hand gets injured and you have to switch hands? Yeah. It's only for your dominant hand palm print. Yeah, they don't think of shit like that. That would require someone really thinking. You got that right.
The only one that kind of did that right was it Dread, because it had the basic biometric data on them, so it knew who the user was and was scanning them.
And that would have been better. That you have to like a DNA one. That would be really cool. That it was able to do a DNA check when you grab the gun immediately. Check your DNA.
Yeah, I mean, they had freaking nanites that were targeting people by their DNA by the end of this.
Well, by that final movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and in this one, their high tech was over 30 years old when they made the movie. Now, I got it. It led to the joke later. He says, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called transistor radio. And it's like, oh, haha, you got a little joke in there about, yeah, you got busted by the simplest tech. I get it. I get the joke. And then, of course, Silva throws the joke back at him later of how he tracked him. But I feel that there were so many mistakes made with the Silva character. And here I'm going to do it. I fucking love that character. I think that Bardem as Silva is one of the best Bond villains that got misused by a bad director and bad writers. I don't blame him. He did an amazing job in this role.
Yeah, I do love the line, "Mommy was very bad."
So, yeah, he stood a chance with Bond. This scene, as pretty as this looks, annoys me because it's two-dimensional. It's flat. There's no depth to it. So it's confusing. Looks cool for a moment, but then cut to a different angle so we can see what's going on here. That was pretty trippy because it led to a scene that I thought was funny. And again, by the way, who was it? Shinatsky, I think, brought it up. No blood on that painting, even though he was shot right into the painting. He was facing the painting and shot from behind. Yeah, was that you?
Yeah.
It was you. Okay. Because that's a really good question. The problem is, yes, it's a PG-13 film.
The other question is when Bond is hit on his right shoulder in the train scene, and they take shots from his back. You can see the smoking. You can see the jacket. The jacket is intact, but it has on his back blood So there's blood, but there is no there's an exit wound, but there is not an exit hole.
And that
in his
makes no
throat.
sense because he cut right into the opening of the chest and found the debris of the bullet, not all of it. So some of it may have traveled to his back, but I don't know. That's a good nitpick, but I don't know. An argument could be made that because it was fragmented, you might not see the holes when it came out. But I love that scene, Gambit. I do. I admit it. When he puts his hands on him, he's touching Bond, and Bond looks at him and says, "What makes you think I haven't? God and country and all that, or Queen and country and all that." And that was the joke, was that, Bond might go that far on and up in order to get information. And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, but
It don't make him gay, but show that that's how far he's willing to go when he's trying to do his job. And I'm like, okay, that was clever. I thought it was
okay,
clever.
but that will have to work better if Bond was if he was uncomfortable at the beginning of that exchange. He was uncomfortable with the touching, and he clenches himself. That
Because it was
that
hilarious
make-
him going, "Oh, Mr. Bond."
that makes the comeback just a comeback.
He said, come back. Talking about a homosexual reference, and then you say, come back. There's the painting, no blood. Good spot. That's a problem. Reintroduce the Aston Martin, only blow it to hell. Well, it does get fixed later. It goes back. It's not completely destroyed.
No.
He has it fully refitted, because you get to see it in the last film. And by the way, I do
easier
love
to
the
get
stunt
another
scene.
one.
And it gets shot to shit again in that final film. But it is one of the best scenes in the movie. That action scene is one of my favorite action scenes, even though I fucking despise the movie. Maybe the palm print gun is like a cell phone that you can program more than a finger or palm as it. Well, the way he describes it, it's not that one. That's not what he described.
No, that's only his palm, nothing else.
Yep.
Yeah, but maybe it's programmed for both palms. They have that data.
It's on one side. You can actually see it. It's on the right side of the grip. Doesn't go onto the thumb side. It's on the right side. So if he has to switch hands, only this hand, like if his hand gets blown off in a fight and he has to fight with his left hand, he's completely fucked.
Welcome, Action Popcat.
I mean, Rami Malek roughed up Bond, and yeah, he fucking kills him.
He's like, "Oh, you
I
thought you were
mean,
gonna
Bond
have fun
doesn't
with your
die
family?"
immediately, but he injures him in such a way that he ain't going to make it. And he kills Rami Malek's character, who should have been Dr. No. I mean, everything in that, all of his fucking garden of poison, looked like something from Dr. No. And no, he's fucking some other
Look what-
character they made up.
What's Sanders saying? It should. It must.
Oh, yeah.
It will be the electric pink Jaguar that is not selling.
DEI Jaguar. Yeah, buddy.
Oh my god!
I don't think anybody has a problem with that.
No, the problem is that she was only hired for that reason.
She was only hired for that reason. And she's not very good. She's kind of
No.
an asshole in real life. She's one of those people that likes to clap herself on the back and being, we're the first. They always think they're the first. You know,
Yeah.
no other Bond girl who's been a thinker like me, my character. Like, whatever.
She talks like
What,
she's inventing that character, and it's bullshit.
What, Christmas, Dr. Goodhead, was it Natalia in Goldeneye? That was her name, right? The computer.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but you know which character I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, M and Moneypenny.
So they go through the trouble of having communication devices on him. That the minute he makes contact with the person he's going to make connection with, he fucking dunks the fucking communication device. I'm like, why'd you even bother with it?
So they can show him being independent or something.
Yeah, I like Jinx a lot. She was an interesting character. She was going to get her own spinoff, but the film didn't do very well, and that ended that. Now, I will tell you, I thought it was hilarious. The fight scene when they go down into that little pit under the bridge, and those fucking Komodo dragons come out,
Yeah.
and the look on Bond's face, like, those are Komodo dragons. It's like, I fucking love that because I'm fucking terrified of those things. I would never want to run into them.
Yep. So you can tell that obviously he's not in the same room as them.
Let me guess.
They are
Michael Shannon
CGI.
is going to be playing a non-comedic character.
You
Guy.
don't say.
Michael Shannon's like one of the most horrifying human beings on the planet. He looks like he has like calm rage and rage modes, and that's it.
Oh yeah, just him and was it Superman alone? It's like he looked angry and then he gets angrier. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's angry from the start, and he goes from angry to rage, and then back to angry, and it's just like that's it. That's all Shannon's really good at. And don't get me wrong, he's really good at it.
Not let you destroy Krypton.
If you love them so much, watch them die. Fuck yeah, man. And I believe he's probably like that in real life. I think he's a nut job. But he's a very good actor, man. I don't know what to think of her. I don't like her in this film. I don't think she's very good. She's kind of pretty, but like with so much fucking makeup, it's hard to tell if she's pretty. And her character is doomed to die. The minute he shows up the boat, she knows she's dead. And I thought that it should have been kind of in the story that she would rather feel free for one night and die than to spend another day as a slave to this guy.
That's another weird thing. He learns that she's a sex slave and then goes to have sex with her.
Yeah, that is weird. Like, really? That's what you choose to do? Okay.
And then they
It's
just
like-
kill her off.
Yeah. Former child prostitutes are such a turn on for Bond, I guess.
Yeah, she also gets hurt in every action film she's in, like broken bones. I don't know if she's got a medical condition, but man, she needs to be careful because she's constantly getting broken bones in action movie. CGI bonnet surfing on a wave. Yeah, that whole thing. We went over that earlier action podcast. That was one of the biggest jumping the laser shark moments in Bond history. It was scheduled to take up to 133 days, although actually took 128. It began November 7th. Yeah. With Deacons using Arri era Alexa digital cameras. which they're really good. That's how advanced they've gotten since George Lucas started this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of one of the problems is that a lot of our tech's really good, so no one works on really pushing the envelope anymore.
Well, they've gotten lazy, even in the color of films now. Now everybody goes to this sepia meets teal meets orange thing
Yeah,
that they do with
blue
film.
and orange.
Yep, and it just looks really bad. Yeah, she's kind of like in real life. She's kind of like Mr. Glass. Man, I fucking hate Die Another Day, and I hate the way Jinx says the line "Your mama." I don't even remember that. That line screams more like dirty rap video. But she was being cheeky when she did it. I noticed that Daniel Craig Bond films never have a good Bond girls. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The French girl, she's a good actor, but not really what I would call the kind of Bond girl you need for Bond.
I like Vespa.
I loved
that's
Vespa.
good.
Vespa was great.
She was really good.
And I like Olga, but she that's not a love interest for him, nor is it for her. These are two people in pain, sharing their pain and helping the other get their revenge, because that's a revenge film.
Yeah,
Well, it's also missing something else, which has led to a lot of controversy with James Cameron, which is film has grain. Okay, and grain exists. If you watch old movies, you can see the film grain. It's actually, if you hold it, do a still and look at the frame, you'll see grain. Okay, and what Cameron did is he digitally went and removed that. Cameron's insane. I fucking can't stand that guy. He lost his fucking mind. It happened right about the time he made Titanic.
what? His ego got gratified repeatedly. He's made like the most expensive movie of all time multiple times. He's made like the movie that made the most money of all time several times. I mean, of course, it's like, oh, never been against camera. Oh, really? Dark Angel? I think that would have been a good time to bet against him.
Yeah, but how much did he really have to do with Dark Angel in retrospect? Was he just like a producer in name only, or what?
What are we talking about?
Oh, Jim Cameron, Dark Angel, his TV series.
Oh, I didn't watch that show. It didn't look interesting. This is a real island, but only when they're approaching it do they use the real island. It's an abandoned coal mining community. And the buildings are still there. All of this is shot between, where was it I told you, Anima? Somewhere in the Middle East. Part of it's shot in the Middle East and part of it's shot at the Elstree Studios.
Pinewood.
Or Pinewood, whichever one it is.
I think Pinewood.
Mameron is an asshole. Leah Seydoux is Craig's French Bond girl. Yeah. Films are too clean now. I can say the same for audio. Imperfections, grain, and noise our brains are tuned to accept. Remove it, and it looks and sounds unnatural. They killed the best Bond girl in the first 20 minutes of Spectre.
I'm never going to watch that one.
I don't even remember who it was. No, the island is in the China Sea. Is this the one with the cats on the island? No. I don't think that's the one. No.
James Bond in Island of Cats. I always liked pussy, but this isn't what I meant.
And I interestingly, he says 2 lines in this film that would be good James Bond titles. Bond does. I'm like, oh, that would be a good Bond title right there.
What? Who says this is my first time?
After a month. Hey, J for one is here. What's up, man? And she was supposed to be in previously with Pierce Brosnan. And instead, he got what's her name that played Lois Lane.
Or if they were doing this now, it'd be Silva going, Mr. Bond, I want to talk to you about Israeli Palestine. No, you're really evil. They'll take her box office.
Didn't make better movies.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, this what makes me sad is that there's a lot of people in the industry that seem to think that because they were Hollywood because of the glory days, that it's just going to continue on forever and they don't have to work to keep the audience they had before. And of course, what's happening is, like Korea's making the interesting movies now. And if we're not careful, other places will as well. And all you need is a couple generations. And it's starting to happen with like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is bigger than Star Wars now with the kids.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, I just read an article today about there's a negotiation going on for an AI actress to be in a film. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? How can you even call it an actress? It's not even an actor. It's nothing. It's AI. It's not like negotiating for, wow.
It's basically just a company negotiating on behalf of a quote digital actress, which is odd because there was like sci-fi about that. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Simone.
Yeah,
but that was all about that. But it was about that he was selling it as an actual actress, so he had to pull these things. Now we don't care, or at least most people don't seem to.
I'm just looking to see how long I can egg him on this. I'm not going to respond. I'm just seeing how long. Hammer's like is going to keep yelling.
Old man yells at crowd.
Don't tell him.
They didn't shoot on that island. Jesus Christ.
What's that? Enema? What?
They only used they didn't shoot on that island.
Oh no, it's because I said, oh no, it's not Japan, it's China. No, it's Japan.
Oh, that.
I'm just fucking with Xander to see how long he does this.
You know, it really made this.
He can do it until the end of the show.
I know I'm gonna let him. Because he's yelling. Look at that.
But Bond looks over and goes, Jeffrey Epstein, what are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
We're not supposed to see that, Mr. Bond.
By the way, I do like this scene, but I got angry. That's all she was used for, to get him to the island, pleasure him while he goes to the island, and then die. And it always fun. Steve, look at him. He's still yelling at him. No, don't tell him, Gambit. Don't tell him we know that it's Japan. We're just messing with him and to see how long he will just keep going and doing this. It is Japan. Just stop, Sandra. I'm just messing with you, dude. Jesus Christ.
What is this messing that you speak of?
So he tries to shoot, misses, because he's got a gun to his own head. Misses. And then, of course, Silva.
Yeah, he doesn't know
never
how to
had any
shoot
intention.
anymore.
Yeah, he's a garbage shooter, and so Silva just shoots her. He
And
never
Bond doesn't
intended
even
to
react.
not shoot her.
Bond doesn't
And he
even
goes, "What do you
react
have
to
to think
that.
of?" Well, yes, he does react. He says, "What do you think of that?" And he says, "A perfect waste of good scotch." But then he fucking takes out everybody really quickly, and then takes him as a prisoner. But once again, Silva's so ahead of the game. This was his intention all along, and I'm like, that's just dumb.
Yeah, Silva is not David Xanatos.
No, it's actually shot. Okay, I'm going to just say this one more time. When they're approaching the island, it's the real island, the Hashima Island. It was an old coal mining community or island. And once they shut it down, they abandoned the island. So it's there, empty. But I don't think it's the same island with the cats. I think that's a different island. And
well, very
now,
clearly it's not, because there's no cats, like anywhere. Period.
Yeah, there's this thing you can
that's
do
because
where
the
you
Koreans keep eating them.
oh,
Oh my God. Disavowed.
Joke sort of wrote itself.
They're eating the
So-
cats, they're eating the dogs. Come on.
No, I agree with you, Bayon. It's a problem, It's just the killer. I mean, this is one of those absurd moments. Like, he needed her to bring him there, and he killed her.
He's killing her to sell the illusion.
The allure of the Luna. Okay, we already gone over that. The island itself. Once they get to the island, that is a mixture of I think it's Morocco and the movie set in England. They built all the props and sets. And it's getting good, scary good. I tried on recording today. Did in 3 minutes what may take faster. Yeah. Some people are making movies with them. I don't like them, but one day maybe they'll be good. Bakalakadaka Street. He got his revenge back on me for fucking with him by doing Bakalakadaka.
Give it to him.
All right.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Which is right around the corner from where they were on that island. Oh, dude, no. It totally was stolen from The Dark Knight. Absolutely. That's all Silver really is. Now, don't get me wrong. I think he's a good villain. Interesting. But just the same, that is where they got the idea. They stole it from Warner Brothers.
Yep. And I think I said this before we streamed, is that with the 3 writers, it felt like they were making 3 different movies. First act was trying to make a James Bond movie. Second act was trying to make The Dark Knight. And the third act is making Home Alone.
My problem with Silva is his motif. All the Bond villains, they have like this plan to conquer the world, basically. And he just wants to get back at M because he has mommy issues. It's just weak.
Yep.
Did you notice that Silva is in fact crazy as fuck, right? He went nuts in his captivity.
Yeah, that's what they should have played more on, is how his captivity and torture led to him just being insane, and that he saw her as the cause of his pain. And that's where the focus should have been, not on the mommy issues.
Yes. Here is his Jungian tormentor.
Yep. So, but I do want to talk about this. The disfigurement that he has here resulted from a suicide attempt. I'm saying a word that we're supposed to not get, according to the new rules, not get dinged for, but you watch, they'll ding it for it. Because he had a cyanide capsule under his tooth. He broke the tooth and broke the capsule, and instead of killing him, it caused acidic burns and necrosis of his tissue. And so he wears an implant that goes all the way up into his sinuses, which makes no sense. But it still looks fucking cool.
It's the second unbelievable survival in this movie. The first is Bond's fall in the beginning, and the second one is him biting that capsule and not dying from it. I don't know if you can tell, but this movie makes me angry.
The capsule was made in China.
But I pointed out to
disdain.
Ordered on Temu, yeah.
I did point it out to Anima early on to notice odd things about his facial features, because they actually did have the false teeth in, pushing his upper lip outward further. And it made his nose look deformed too. And I don't know if they did that with makeup or what. But either way it goes, it's noticeable in his face that there's something up with his face. And this is falling in line with the classic Bond villain having deformities. And I actually appreciated that.
Yep. Though if you look at it, especially the ego fantasy of James Bond, basically it's, oh, you got a woman? No, you don't. She's mine now. Whatever the big bad villain. It's like, oh, you have a woman? Not anymore.
So here she explains again why she's a piece of shit leader. That she gave him up for 6 other agents without telling him what he was going in for, and just abandoned him. And she explains that he had gone too far and I had to cut him loose and traded him for 6 other agents. And I'd be bothered by that.
Yeah, I will be helping Silva.
Yeah, I would team up with Silva on that one. It's like, whoa, bitch, what the fuck did you do?
You know what? That could have almost been a great Bond thing. Just like M just turns out to be too far.
Bond. M is the villain, right?
Yeah.
M turns out to be the villain. Wait, you did what? I thought it was
still nuclear weapons to a power. What's wrong with that?
It's like, you did what to how many people? You allowed them to die because you needed to do this other thing? Like, you're a fucking horrible human being. No, you're the bad guy. So M is really kind of a villain in this, in my opinion. But I think that
M's a woman, so they won't let her actually be bad.
Oh yeah, they won't say she's bad, but the eye of the beholder, man. Also, this shit's so fucking stupid. So this guy again, who's running his computers at this point? It's not him. He's not doing this. Silva's not doing this.
It's Q.
And it's like this. If I wrote this, it would have been an inside job from the fucking beginning. How they got explosives into the fucking MI6 and how that hack just happened. Somebody in the fucking room. And that would have been a cat and mouse moment in the room where, everybody's unplugged but one person. And Bond shoots him.
Wait, that is not what happens there. What happens is something real stupid. Q plugs Silva's computer into his own network.
Right.
So
right?
Q was the one that inadvertently hacked everything.
Yep.
He should have said, when they say, who hacked us? He should have looked at the computer and said, oh, it was me. That is what should have happened in that scene.
Oh God, I'm thinking, wouldn't that be a great one? They send Bond against who they establish as a villain, and turns out no, he's actually like a philanthropist, and it's just the British government wants them taken out. Oh, that could be amazing.
God damn.
It's like, why did we do this? What? We want the resources. You're our asset. You do what we tell you.
Did you say ass hat?
Asset, but it can be
asset.
asshat. You're our asshat, Bond.
I think some of the assets in this movie are asshats.
Oh my God.
Once again, to remind you, this episode's been brought to you by Backdoor Beaver Popcorn. Anal gland butter. Look at that face. That's scary. Somebody's got no
he's just
eyebrows.
hungry.
Oh man, I wouldn't even watch that, Max. Oh my God. You would have to pay me to watch that fucking movie. That looks so bad. And I like Eddie Ray. What's his name? Eddie
Redmayne.
Redmayne. Yeah, I like him. Fuck, man. Just garbage. Also, the way he breaches this stairwell scene, very bad. That's not how you breach the stairwell.
Oh, phrasing.
The first thing you do when you are approaching a stairwell that's going down into an area where a villain may be waiting for you, you pop down and you look with your weapon in front of you. Weapon first, very quickly. And once you clear that, then you slide, Navy slide. And he's a fucking squid. He should know that. You Navy slide down the stairs with your weapon out, using one hand and your feet.
Gary, with all the plot holes in this movie, why would they care?
That shit bugs me, though. It's a tactical thing.
Same.
So Gary also say phrasing.
Yeah, I got your joke before. Once I get focused on making my point, I end up skipping over jokes, and I apologize.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, I think
you just make sure you use your hand.
I'm ADD, man, and if I let go for a second, I will lose whatever the fuck I was about to talk about. And you guys know that with me. Keely Chow's here. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're all doing well. It's good to see all you guys today. Right now, we have 47 watching the show, and we have a bunch of our friends in the chat. Some new, some of you old guys, you old geezers.
I love it when Steven or Joe, he does it too. When they broadcast on their channels, we get that chat too. It's always new people in there. Nice.
Yeah, and I told you I got to hang out with Loki for a few minutes last night. I couldn't stay long. I told him I was taking a break from drawing. And we talked a little bit about the book so far, that I drew so many pages. I got over 160 pages. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm nowhere near to being done. And then I went and I did a page count to finish the book. And I'm like, this goes over 200. I don't think I can do that as one book. It's not going to be feasible. I got to split the first part of the book as its own book, because there's so much story of what's going on with the main character. So I got to talk about that with him last night. It was kind of fun. Yeah, that's just a normal thing you see on the tube in London. Some guy chasing a train down, them going, I guess he really wanted that train. Fuck off.
Nowadays in London, it's like, chase down, guns going off. It's not just a typical day in London.
I think this train scene could have been done better to build suspense. There's no suspense in this train scene. It's shot like it is, but there's no suspense in this scene, because this should be a cat and mouse moment. And the moment that Silva sees him, there should be an attempt to move beyond people, and he's trying to get away from within the train. And then when the door opens, lunges out. And that would have been a better scene, but they shot it this way. And there's Rory. I love him as an actor. And this entire scene, she deserves everything she gets in this court scene. And she uses that poem by Tennyson, Ulysses, as an excuse for her fuck up. And it's no excuse. She should absolutely be reprimanded, possibly even charged for what she did.
Yeah, it's inexcusable.
Absolutely. And we understand you lost an agent on that operation, and you were the one that ordered the shot that killed him. Well, he's not dead. Wait, imagine the confusion in the courtroom because they don't know Bond is back yet.
Wait, agent, he wasn't dead and you didn't tell us? Cool. You got some explaining to do.
So this scene, he barely acts like he sees Bond. He sees him. And the only way we know that he sees him because he bolts out of the door when it opens. But you don't really see him look at him. You don't see eye contact. That is a terrible way to build suspense of the scene. This is poorly done.
Well, this is definitely the out of the Dark Knight, like when the Joker is dressed as a police officer.
Absolutely. And including having guys dressed as cops waiting for him to give him the package and all that shit. Like, again, this is falling back into that premise used in Quantum of Solace, where the government at every level has been infiltrated, almost like in the real world with leftists, socialists, communists. It's scary. It's really true, and we've seen it. And but basically, in the film, we're to assume that by the end of that film, they've got them all. They caught everybody, and by the time this movie takes place, that's in the past. And then, boom, they're doing it again. They're showing guys dressed as cops. So he has operatives in England doing this shit. And we don't get any idea of the network he has. That's important to the story. His network is important to the story. They leave it all out. This is almost as smart as Quentin Tarantino making a heist film and leaving the heist out. Because even though I like that movie, I make fun of it for that. Hey man, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a heist film, and because we don't have money, I'm just gonna leave out the heist, which will make it cool. Fuck off, Quentin.
There's another reason he left out the heist, because it was for the one that's described. It's ripped off verbatim from City on Fire.
City on Fire. No, it's two films. City on Fire by Chow Yun-fat. No, what's his name? Chow Yun-fat was the actor. What's the Wong? John Woo.
Ringo Lam.
Thanks for not helping me, guys. John Woo. Woo. Ringo Lam directed that. I thought that was a John Woo film.
No, it's in Woo's style, but it's Lam.
Because it totally is. The cross gun thing is Woo. Okay, so Ringo Lam did that one. Okay, I haven't seen that movie since the 90s. Love the film though. And yeah, absolutely, he stole from that, but he stole from another film. Anybody?
No.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, The Killing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I love you, Stephen.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The Killing.
It's pretty good.
He stole from both films.
Yeah.
He absolutely stole. And what did he leave out that was in both those films? The actual heist. So. Yeah, I thought it was John Woo too, Gambit, but apparently that was Ringo Lam. I like Ringo Lam too. John Woo is my favorite Hong Kong action director, period. I hated it when he came to America. I thought it was going to be great, and he only made one movie I liked. That was that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Hard Target or whatever the fuck it was.
Hard Target. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say Mission Impossible 2.
I hate that.
I'm kind of partial to Chu Hark. Once Upon a Time in China, like 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to go. Let's talk about his American films real quick. Just real quick. I'm going to pause the movie here. So, fuck it. I'll let it go ahead because this is stupid. All of this exposition here is stupid. That he did all of this just to have a shootout in a fucking courthouse and didn't plan on there being a fucking fire extinguisher that might block his path. It's like, it's out of everything. Oh my God, just the stupidity of the writing of this. So anyway, John Woo made these American films, and the Target film, Hard Target, if that's what it was, because for some reason I thought that was a Steven Seagal film, but no, it's Hard to Kill. That was his.
Hard to Kill
He
is
did-
Steven Seagal. Hard
Yeah.
That's what I
Target
just
is Van
said.
Damme.
That's what I
Yeah.
just said. Is Steven Seagal,
Hmm.
and Steven Seagal did a film that was called Hard to Kill, but I thought he did one that had Target in it too. Didn't he?
No, Hard Target is Van
Not that I
Damme.
recall, but
Van
if it
Damme
was-
and
Okay.
Lance Henriksen.
Okay, because I liked that film. I liked that film. Lance Henriksen was great in that.
Oh, hell.
Van Damme did his job, man. I get tired of his fucking
Van Damme with a
splits thing.
mullet, with a big
Oh my god, the
mullet.
fucking mullets. The 80s mullet and the 90s. Fuck off. Anyway, so I really did enjoy the film though. I thought Lance Henriksen was a great villain in it. But then he turns around and he does the Hulk, and then he does Wind Talkers, and then he does Face
Hulk
Off.
wasn't John
No.
Woo. It was Life of Pi
Angry.
Guy.
Oh, it wasn't
Crouching
Woo?
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, it was a terrible movie. Well, I got to tell you, I liked the movie until they did the breaking the fourth wall with comic panels. And then I came out of that movie. It was like, because I'm hypnotized by films when I'm watching them. And if they do something so fucking drastic that it pulls me out of the movie and reminds me I'm sitting in a theater, they've screwed up.
And I know you probably don't like this one, but I really do love Face Off.
Face Off's a fun film. It's not a
Yeah.
good film. It's a fun film.
Hated.
Because
The good, no,
you
wait.
get to see Nicolas Cage imitating Travolta and
Yeah.
Travolta imitating Nicolas Cage.
The good thing about this movie is how they nail each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only thing.
That's
Phrasing.
the only thing that's good.
Yeah, I know they nailed each other. Boy, they
Oh,
did it
sorry.
good
Yeah.
too. It's hard.
Nicolas Cage
Hard.
would have been like, "What? Nailing Travolta? Why did I think of doing that on the set?" You didn't actually need to do that, Nick.
By the way, speaking of Face Off, that shootout in the church, who the hell shot who?
Yeah, I know. All I saw was pigeons flying. Mission Impossible 2. I'd love a motorbike that can auto switch from road tires to off-road tires. There you go. That's crazy. Now, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I enjoyed that film. I remember going to see that in the theater with my my buddy, the one I told you about from Brazil, and the one that I thought was going to be this little dark-skinned guy with dark hair. And he ends up being a 6'5" fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. And the first words I said to him when I met him in person was like, "You've got some Nazi blood in you, don't you?" It's like you
Tell us
look
how you
more like
really feel,
Arnold
Gary.
than Brazilian. And by the way, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot count to a Brazilian.
Ah,
I think that I want to go back to that frame. I think that Daniel Craig has as fucking cool a run when he's chasing after Silva as Tom Cruise. He has got an athletic run, dude. That whole chase scene when he's running down that street, fucking good stuff, man. He is an action actor that wants to be a woke movie maker. And it's sad because he's natural at action. He's really good at doing action scenes. But he chose to go another direction. And, you know, in the long run, I think it's going to hurt his career. Because like that sequel he did for Knives Out, horrible movie. Just horrible. I enjoyed Knives Out, but it was a ripoff of two different murder mysteries. One by I know is Agatha Christie.
There's no
The other one,
mystery after this.
no, both
after
are from
this.
Agatha. I think both stories he stole from that movie. Ryan Johnson. There it is. Look at that run, man. He's got it just like with fucking Tom Cruise. Got those hands, knife hands. Knife hands are aerodynamically designed to help you run, turn corners.
I like Kenneth Branagh. I do wish he'd stop doing Perot because he just doesn't seem to get it.
He's not good at it, and he misunderstands the stories. Now, I haven't watched the Venice one. I still have that one to watch, and I was told it's really very good. And that one kind of moved away from the other Poirot films. or stories, and which I did not like his version of Murder on the Orient Express. I think he missed what makes the 70s film, the original, better is the way it was written and directed. And his film is sloppy in how he introduces his characters.
Oh, and Death in the Nile looks
Death in the
cheap.
Nile was just pointless. It was just like, let's go on and shoot this movie on the Nile. Oh, wait, we don't have the budget. Well, let's shoot this on a blue screens. Okay.
They spent all the money on the cast, as far as I could tell.
Yeah, great cast. I thought Gal Gadot was good in it, but it's just not a very good film.
Yeah. I mean, I've never super.
It's a ripoff of Clue.
Well,
Clue
yeah,
Clue
I'm
is
more
a
of a
ripoff.
Sherlock or Columbo guy myself.
Yeah, Clue is a ripoff of Agatha Christie, just so you know. So technically, Knives Out is a ripoff of Agatha Christie more than anything. But you could say that because it's not wrong, because Clue is a ripoff of Agatha Christie, but a fun one. The thing about Face Off, how did the wife not know in the bedroom? Yeah, because look, men have certain ways of moving. And when you change that movement, it's like women are like, hey, what's going on with you? What's up with this weird
Simple.
shit?
He hadn't banged his wife because he was so obsessed with revenge the entire time.
Yeah. Right.
She
Daniel
forgot
Craig's
how his
tasty.
penis felt.
Oh, I love everything about that movie. There was nothing in Casino Royale I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, no.
It's not a perfect film, but it's near perfect. Menace in Venice. I like that one.
That sounds like that would be the ghetto version of oh man, that would be hilarious. Just detective mystery. Some like ghetto rat guy solving mysteries.
Well, she delivers that line from Tennyson. Okay. And that's when you see him running because he gives a shit. That's the thing about Bond. And Bond has to care. And that's the thing that if you listen to Mendez, he seems to misunderstand about Bond, but it's in the movie. Whether he intended it or not, it is in the movie. And I think some of that's probably because thanks to Craig. But like I said, the more Craig had control over Bond, the worse the movies got. And this, he had some control over it, and it's why it started falling apart.
Dude, you made me imagine a scene like a RoboCop commercial saying MI6 because we care.
Because we care. In both versions, the abduction and murder of the young infant was inspired by the Lindbergh kidnapping. Well, it's in the book too.
Yeah,
that's in the book. If you ever read it, Murder on the Orient Express is really good. Agatha Christie in the original film really stuck to the book. Did a great job of it.
I mean, it is the thing about like people doing twists is like, don't bother. Agatha Christie did all of them back in the day, and she did them better.
Yeah, that was the first movie I was ever taken to see. Was Murder on the Orient Express because my parents couldn't get a sitter. Yeah,
I kind of wish this was reversed. That he had been M from the beginning, and that this movie was his death scene to bring on a new M. Because I'm so angry that they wasted him for the worst films. He's such a good fucking actor, and he's so good in this role.
Yeah, I'm also going like, good luck with the new Harry Potters because it's gonna be hard to beat him for Voldemort.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than having a character delivering a speech somewhere else that's rousing, heroic, like you said, and off camera on another scene, you see somebody doing something heroic. The things that are technically being described in Tennyson's poem, Bond is doing.
Yeah.
So technically he is Ulysses in that poem. So I want to stop here for just a second because one, I love that they went to Scotland because Ian Fleming, because of Sean Connery, finally made Bond Scottish in the books. So they stuck to that with this film, showing that he's up there in the Highlands and that he is has a family estate. And the estate, by the way, is not real. It's a real location, but it's not real. Let me pull up some images. I have some images here.
They built it, and one of the guys in an interview was so excited about burning it down. It was crazy.
It is wood. It looks like stone, but it's actually
What
wood.
a freak! He's like, I can't wait until we blow this up.
Yeah, that's a pyrotechnics guy in Hollywood.
Yeah,
they do exist.
It's funny. It's really funny.
Like basically,
it looks great, but building it just to then blowing it up, that's
well, it's hollow. It's not a real place. They have certain areas that are designated for these interiors, but most of the building is facade. So let me get this.
But making something beautiful just to destroy it, I would have a hard time with a job like that.
That's every time you see something, a miniature blown up, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is what it looked like. Let me enlarge it. How do I do that? Engorge.
What she said.
It's engorged, Martin. Look out. It's engorged. Don't let it poke your eye out. So you can actually see on the back side of the building that's wood framing. This whole place is not real. It's Hollywood. Movies lie, but they lie beautifully. And that's the location. And then that was in 2012. And here is the location today. Well, technically last year. So before and after.
It's a shame that they couldn't get Connery for the housekeeper, the old guy.
That is the other part we're going to get to, because this is the best part of the movie. But sadly, it is done in a way that annoys me at the same time, because the whole point of going here was to go to a place where they can't be tracked, but they're still being tracked. There are no phones here. It's like, come on, man. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Oh, you're not dumb. Your character's dumb because he was written that way. So they go up to the Highlands. This is where he's from. And she brings up something here where she says, orphans make the best operatives. And it's true.
Yeah, because they got no ties.
You got nothing to tie them down. That's right. No family. So, and then his response is, we need to get moving. And it's also something that...
No, he says storm's coming. That's what
storm's coming. But he's still something about, we got to get going. And either way it goes, the other thing that's kind of important here is the fact that whether he likes it or not, his anger with her and the relationship he has with her, it's still very much a mother-son kind of relationship. Just like a male M would be like a father figure. But what we're hearing in this film, by the end of this film, is that Bond has grown up. His mother is dead. He had to watch her die, but now he's his own man. And it's something that Tom Hanks talked about, because on the set of Saving Private Ryan, his dad died. And he said on the set, he says, you don't become a man until the day your dad dies. And it hit him hard. And I get that.
That would be jacked. I was like, well, it's time for you to grow up, son. Pulls out a gun. Boom.
No.
Oh, God,
no,
bad Shanatsky.
Bad Shanatsky. Yeah. The original movie, Angela Lansbury, she would later play. And it also had Peter Ustinov in it, which I liked him. I thought he was a good Perot. Yeah, Fiennes should have been M since Casino Royale. Absolutely agree.
Yes.
I think he would have been better. And I love Judi Dench. I just think she was
either him, or if they wanted to stick with the female M, like you said, cast Helen Mirren or somebody else.
Someone like Helen Mirren, but Helen
you
Mirren.
cannot have a different M played by the same actor. That doesn't make sense.
I like this stag statue. I've always loved those bronze statues. That's the entrance gate to his home, his family estate.
It's one
Had
of
to
the
be a
pillars. The
false
other is
building.
broken.
Old buildings in the UK like that are nearly always listed, and you can't fart without permission.
That would be a really hilarious scene. What the fuck are you doing
How
on my
dare you
land?
fart? Well, that's what we're going to get into. Real Popcorn Geek is that Connery. This role was written for Sean Connery, Kincaid's character, and they thought it would be a great handing down to have an older Bond play the guy who helped. He's his Alfred. Another connection to Batman is that Kincaid was his caretaker who took care of him until he went off to go to governor school and all that other shit. So
and he's Scottish. It doesn't get better than that.
But oddly, Albert Finney doesn't do a Scottish accent at all. He plays a Scottish character, looks Scottish, but he doesn't sound Scottish. But I love Albert Finney, and I thought if you can't get Sean Connery, because for health reasons, as I recall, is why he had to turn this down. And because he'd already retired, didn't he? He retired after
League of Extraordinary
Gentlemen. Yeah, he retired after that.
Film.
And he didn't want to come back, but I think he considered doing this, come out of retirement for this, but he was having some health issues at the time, if I recall reading that. But I do love this scene. I love this house. I love the interiors. I don't know if that was shot at the studios or if they built that on location. It would have made sense to build it on location and be able to shoot in there, pull walls away and shit, to set up cameras. But I do love this old place. And it's haunting. It looks like an old haunted house because he's haunted. I like that.
Well, when they started making Bond movies, they had to film a certain percentage of the movie in the United Kingdom, and I think this was still the case, or is still the case. So they have to use pounds a lot.
Absolutely, they have to. So here we go. So Kincaid, shakes his hand. It's good to see you, boy. Never thought you would ever come back here again. It's like he understood when the kid left, when young Bond left. He was walking away from the past to go make his future. And it's something clearly Kincaid respected. And I love that he says M, and he misunderstands her, Bond. And
he calls her Emma.
Emma. And I thought that was so fucking adorable.
She doesn't object to that. She likes it.
No, she did. And I'm like, there you go. Your father's old hunting rifle. And then he holds it and he looks at the initials AB. His father's initials. Sometimes the old ways are the best ways. Damn right.
Yep.
Yoked up little shit. I fucking love that line.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
One of the few good
characters. A great
in
character.
Movie.
Yeah, that's see when he comes out in the church and Silva shoots next to him to keep him from moving. His hands go right up. There's no pause, no hesitation. His hands go right up. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. What's going on here? And it's almost romantic between these two because her husband died in the movie. That's mentioned in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's a widow. And here's this old guy, probably a widower. That or he murdered his wife and buried her on the estate. Nothing, no remarks.
He strikes me as a guy who fell in love. He strikes me as a guy who fell in love young, didn't get a chance of marrying her, and then never having a woman in his life again.
Yeah, just taking care of this kid and this estate.
Yeah.
So I love this scene. This is great. Putting shit together, making improvised explosive devices. I love this one. This is one of my favorites right there. And absolutely, it's Home Alone, dude. It's Home Alone, except for these are deadly. Even though the things that the kid did, technically in real life, would have killed people.
Oh yeah.
But I do like that he makes a small IED out of 2 shotgun shells, and that when the guy depresses the wood panel, it pushes the shotgun shells onto nails down below, causing them to explode. I fucking love that.
That's what I loved in the last episode of Terminal List Lone Wolf when he booby
Oh,
traps
we're
the
going to be
house.
talking about that when you're
Oh
done
my
watching
God.
that, Martin. We're going to do
It's so
the
good.
entire series to talk about, because I'm telling you, man, I didn't think they could outdo Terminal List, and they fucking did. And I'm glad that both Pratt and what's his name,
Taylor Kish.
Yeah.
Both produced it. They were both executive producers on that show.
The only thing is, it has nothing to do with the list anymore. Terminal List, he was going through people that he needed to kill. And
Yeah, it's only connected. They could have called it something else, but they need it to be connected to Terminal List.
yeah.
So it
Anyway,
gets Terminal
it's a
List
fucking good show.
Dark Wolf. I love sawing up that shotgun. Good stuff, man. I love this whole thing. This whole setup, preparing for war. But then they do a thing here. It looks like something right out of what was that movie with Harrison Ford where he goes on the Amish
Witness,
where they get out of their cars and begin walking towards the barn. That's what this scene reminds me of. When the bad guys get there, they park all the way up at the gate and walk. And so this is the goofy part. And I will admit it, this is goofy, that it's better to park your car and walk making silhouettes than to just getting up there quickly and rushing the house. Right? Okay.
Well, General Osell thought then. The surprise factor.
Yeah, the surprise factor disappeared when they began walking towards the place slowly. It's like they're silhouettes. He would see them. It's just so fucking funny. I always thought that was funny.
If you want something even funnier, there's a knock on the door. Bond opens. It's like, hey, mate, you got a license for that TV?
Wait, what?
And it says, hey, mate, you got a license for that TV? The most evil thing in the UK, the TV license people.
Oh, no. They just did the most evil thing. I don't want to get into it, but digital IDs. You already had to have an ID. Why did they need this? Anyway, there's a stag statue near where I live. I'm in the countryside. It has 5 legs. So whatever angle you see it from, it looks like it has its legs. Weird optical illusion. That is crazy. Take a picture of that, dude. Send it to us. I'd love to see that.
Well, it's done in a way where it always looks like it has 4, even though it has 5.
It's like ghost plastic. Ghost is Home Alone, but with a ghost. There was a great Mythbusters episode on these booby traps. Oh, I'm sure they call bullshit on them.
Oh, my favorite, though, was when they exposed to Jim Cameron that, no, Jack could have survived. And then a couple years later, Jim Cameron did a documentary proving that, no, he would have died because I'm Jim Cameron. I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, I know. Jim Cameron's a fucking psycho. Digital ID thing won't work here. I'm assuming you're in the UK, so you know what I'm talking about.
My sympathies, man. That's some bullshit.
Well, I'm a huge supporter of the British citizens right now on my personal page. I support Ireland and the UK and Australia in what they're going through with these fucking crazy socialists.
Ditto.
People don't even know that he is a socialist. He's an actual socialist. Starmer is.
Yeah.
Mythbusters episode. I got to find that one.
The Skyfall one or the Titanic one?
Mythbusters. It is from. That's not telling me anything. That's no. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm not seeing it here. I don't know. I'll have to look it up more detailed later.
They had a James Bond special. I don't know if they covered Skyfall in it or not.
Well, they had two-parter. But when was it shot? 2008. It would have been before this. So I really enjoy the psychotic way that Silva approaches in that helicopter, like something right out of Apocalypse Now, where they play the Flight of the Valkyries. In this one, it's like some rock. I forget what rock song it is. It might have been the Stones. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like pissed off at this point, which is great.
And the look he gets on his face is one of my favorite expressions in the whole movie. When Bond catches him in the church, trying to get her to shoot him and her with one bullet, and Bond just sticks him in the back with that fucking knife. And Silva turns and that look of exasperation, like not a moment alone. You ruined everything. That look on his face just fucking kills me. I laugh every time. And then Bond delivers.
Everything is ruined, Mr. Bond. Fuck you.
Yeah, everything is ruined. Thank you. Fuck you, Mr. Bond. But it ends with a great line because you get that story early on, and I like that little story of the rats. You know, that the rats eventually don't eat other things; they only eat other rats. So, and they do this until the last rat, and then he delivers that line as he's looking at him, knowing he's killed him. He says, "Last rat standing," and fucking Silva just collapses on the floor dead with that last look of motherfucker. That was great. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, this last part of the movie is the best part of this movie.
It's the only part that feels like a Bond movie.
Why they went there is dumb. But once they got there, I didn't care anymore. They were there. And for me, we just need to get away from these people and get out, away from everything. So that, you know, I get that. But they shouldn't have been able to be tracked there. So he screwed up somewhere if they tracked him. Got any horror films planned for any of your shows next month? Since, of course I will. Yeah, absolutely. I will be doing again, and I've talked to him. I'm hoping he'll be able to join us, the writer-director, friend of mine, for the movie Lady in White, because that's one of my favorite films to watch every Halloween.
I'm always just, classics, Evil Dead 2. So that's one of my go-to Halloween movies.
For Halloween, I like monster movies or I like ghost stories. They're the two things I like to go to for Halloween. You know,
what is it? Nightmare on Elm Street. That's another one I like to do.
Well, it is on the list, and I should probably finally do it. I was kind of wanting Cameron Pasha, but I don't know if he'll be available.
I know. Last I heard, Cameron's trying to get like stuff off the ground again, and hopefully it'll work out this time.
Oh no.
Well, you plan to do monster movies with him on Saturdays.
I know, but
I mean, he's
bringing that
he's
up.
I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. because I said I was planning to do it with Cameron. I like this scene too with the ice. And I'll be damned if I fucking run across that ice. Would you hear it crack like that? I would not run across that fucking ice.
One of my favorite films is getting a re-release beginning next month.
What's that?
Perfect Blue.
I know the movie Blue.
It's a trip, that one. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about a pop idol that decides to become an actress. And she has stalkers and all the other shit that she's going through.
Oh, it's anime. Okay.
It's basically
very
where they
adult.
stole Black Swan from.
Yeah. It's very adult. It's not like they don't really have making faces. It's very much in the real world kind of deal. Though it's a mind trip.
So this is actually a really cool struggle scene between Bond and this thug, and he goes diving back down for something, and I'm like, is he going after a gun? What's he going after? And then you find out what it was. It was the fucking knife.
Filmed on the biggest permanent underwater stage. That place is huge.
Love that movie.
Yeah, we did that one last year, Body Snatchers.
I think we did it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about us. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about over on your channel. Gotcha.
No. That was last year on here. Yeah.
Was it last year?
Yep.
Wow, it seems longer ago.
I don't even remember doing that.
Oh, yes, we did.
I do. Yeah. That was a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Our shows are always fun.
And Philip
you know
Lockley
it.
was the director of that film, and good director, man.
Hmm.
He was co-writer on Raiders of the Lost Ark. A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
Big fan of his. He wrote one of my favorite films of all time, The Right Stuff. The Unbearable Lightness of Being.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff, man.
Hey.
What do you mean, hey?
Weren't we going to do Gardens of Stone?
Yeah, I'm
remember.
planning to. I've got the movie just so we can do it. So this is such a crazy scene. And again, I think they did not really go into enough detail about how insane he is. That he is trapped mentally. And that's why he is the way he is. He's trapped mentally. Yeah, well, now we do it over on KGRA on Mondays.
Yeah, but everybody here misses UFO Wednesday.
Well, Silva is having the revelation that Tulsa Doom Hope Conan had. And is after he kills her, he doesn't have anything else. So he have to die too. So that is why he tells her, shoot us both.
Yeah, I wanted to die at the same time and you fucking ruined it.
He does have a great death scene and also finally says something really nice to Bond. She looks at him and says, well, at least I got one thing right. And she looks right at him.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think of that scene, he is essentially there with his
His
parents, M and Kincaid.
Yep.
Yeah.
That man raised him, and this woman formed him.
And this was Judi Dench's last scene to shoot. And everybody was very emotional.
He was actually very emotional too, and I think that's why the tears. And by the way, nobody knew he cried in this scene until his fucking wife was doing an interview. And she says, I went to see it. And she's like, that cheeky bastard did it. She goes, I watched it and I saw teardrops fall from his nose. And I'm like, oh my God, he cried. He managed to pull it off with a stiff stone face. Not going all, ugh. He's just sitting there very stone faced. And you just see the 2 tears go down the nose from his eyes. God, I did not like her in this role.
Yeah. One of the things people forget with acting, it's the same thing with being drunk. You're not trying to cry. You're trying not to cry when you cry.
Yep.
You can't help yourself. It's like when you're drunk, you're trying to be sober. You're not trying to be drunk.
Speak for yourself, mister.
Speaking from experience,
I don't know
Martin,
if you guys knew this. Steven Spielberg had approached Steve McQueen for the role of Roy Neary in Close Encounters. And McQueen loved it until he got to the scene where his character has to cry. And he had to turn the role down. And he says, I can't cry. He doesn't know how to do it. He can't do it. And he says, no, I want you in this movie. I'll cut that scene out. And McQueen says, don't you dare cut that scene out. I love that scene. I just can't do it. Yeah, this is weird too. Putting the Bond thing at the end of the movie. Anima didn't like that. I don't like it either. It should always be at the beginning of the film.
The gun barrel scene, yeah. It should.
Wasn't this like 50 years of Bond celebration or something like that coincide with the
Something like
release?
that, yeah, because it says it right at the end there, yeah. But I mean, they kind of approximate it in that opening scene, but I say that they should have done the iris anyway and then just had him walk out of it, like having him walk down that hallway like they do. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. Anyway.
It should always open with that.
Yeah.
And then go into
The song.
Agreed.
You know, or the barrel becomes a white dot and it moves to the either right or left corner and opens back up to a new scene in the movie. And that was how they did it. They always did that. To where it's like an iris, like you just said. So, I don't know.
Or spotlight, almost like theatrically.
Yeah, look, man, I love that movie. It's a tough film because I wanted that detail badly.
Whoa! Look who we got here.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know,
You are broken. There you go.
The thing about Skyfall that you have to really understand is that this really was a film that I thought was really the beginning of how they were going to change and the Bond character in total. I think that by the time Ian Productions got to this point, it was pretty much a fait accompli for this alternate universe version of Bond. So,
And that's what
where
I
that
told them
stands.
about at the beginning of the show. One second.
Yeah, you're in Donald Duck dimension, Pete.
Let's see if this
He
helps.
sounds like Donald Duck in Portugal.
No, it's not him. That is us we're hearing. That's our voices. See?
Yeah.
So, Keith, your background noise is really bad. So you're picking up our voices.
I'll just jump off and try to get a hold of you in another way, if at all possible.
But no, you're right, because I brought that up earlier, Keith. I brought that up earlier that Keith and I had a conversation that this is, and I agree with him, that this is an alternate universe Bond, not the Bond that we've known and loved from the 60s.
Not the
Well,
Bond
this
that
is-
we want.
They have
No.
said that. Even the
And
production
which is
company
why
said
he died. He died because he shouldn't exist. He's if you believe in string theory, he's a alternate universe Bond.
Well, Bond's always been all over the place as far as continuity goes in the first place. You know, it's like a loose continuity. Like there's an understanding it's supposed to be the same character.
Yeah. So Monica Bellucci, we brought this up earlier. She was supposed to be in the what's it?
Tomorrow Never
Newspaper
Dies.
Magnet. Yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies. And she was supposed to be his love interest from the past because she's in the right age group. And Terry was not old enough. And it was just weird. It was really off-putting her being in the film. And God, she's still beautiful. And I think she's older than me, isn't she? Nope, same age. We're exactly the same age.
See, I think if you ever saw that movie Death Becomes Her, I think she just took some of that liquid they have in the movie.
That's a fun movie, by the way. I might do that one for Halloween too. That's a fun movie. True, Skyfall was the start of changing Bond franchise to be for more modern day audiences, and now it's going to be even worse under MGM. I have no hopes for the future of Bond. I think the writer's great, the guy who brought us Peaky Blinders, but I have no hope because they've got what's his name in charge of directing it.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, I do not trust that guy at all. He destroyed Dune. So,
Well, 10 more years and we can start writing our own. We just can't base them on any of the original movies they did. But the novel Bond, you'll be able to do in about 10 years.
well, I felt that we might have had a better chance of a future with Bond if that guy, that English or Austrian dude that lived in Dubai, had been able to do a hostile takeover. But he opened his mouth. He showed his cards too early.
Yep.
And made them panic, and they took the deal with Amazon, giving them full control. Amazon
I wouldn't
now
trust
has
the
full
person who
control.
decides to go live in fucking Dubai.
Well, he's an architect.
What?
There's money to be made there as an architect.
It's a
so,
fucked up place.
Yeah.
A lot of money to be made there as an architect. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. It's like, well, it's a terrible place to live. He's an architect, and he gets paid to build buildings in Dubai, design them, and build them. So, yeah. And it's probably no different than living in Sri Lanka. And I know a lot of people who moved to Sri Lanka. So, but anyway, like Keith said, they kind of dismantled Bond to be a modern Bond. And Craig was all in there. They gave him full reign to stay.
Big
As
mistake.
long as they could keep him. And yeah, destroyed it. And they seem to be fine with it. And that made me hate the Broccoli. Well, Broccoli and her brother.
What? Their dad built something amazing, and then the kids got it, and they
Well,
basically
Destroyed it.
Yeah.
Chubby didn't want them to sell it, but seeing what they made with it, they should have sold it sooner.
They still got $4 billion out of it. I mean, in essence, they got
Well, they
were
got
wildly successful
deal.
at failure.
Yeah, they got the financial deal, and they get a percentage still. They gave up control rights. They didn't give up their percentage. So they still get their percentage.
As much as they paid for Star Wars, and they still fucking own it. That's nuts.
It's ridiculous, man. So anyway, anything else you guys want to add?
Nope.
Barbara Broccoli is a witch, and I hope she never touches anything anyone loves ever again.
I also heard that she doesn't go good with cheese.
Depends on the cheese.
Oh, you are never allowed to criticize anything I say as a joke ever again. Starting from this
I'm
moment.
gonna keep criticizing your jokes.
Oh, that was a joke.
Yes.
Yeah, broccoli and cheese. In case you didn't get it. So, all right. I'm just looking at comments to make sure we didn't miss anything. All right. Got everything. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us while we talked about this movie. I know it was a pretty harsh review, but it doesn't mean I still didn't enjoy it. I still enjoyed the film. I just have problems with the writing. Huge problems. So I want to thank Snorty for being here, Gambit, Real Popcorn Geek, Penny, USSARNG, Bayona Rad, Sanderhammer Slag Slasher, Fred, Max Damon, Tim, and John Pontoriero. I had to see the word in my head. Robot Shlomo dropped in. It was really nice to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. El Viagas? Is that it? Viagas? Martin, help me here. El Viagas?
What? Villegas.
Villegas. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Connie Cleary, JPRPH1, Action Pop Cast, and the Comic Relief Crusader, Mike dropped in, and Keely Chow. It's good to see all you guys. Thanks for popping in. And we will see you again on Monday. Monday, we're going to be doing a classic Robert Redford film, Jeremiah Johnson. And it is a military film of sorts in that he is a military veteran. And he is very good at making war. And they show that. And I love that. I love that movie, Jeremiah Johnson. So we'll see you guys on Monday. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. And thanks for being here.
Bye.
Oh, there you go. I was waiting for everybody to say bye. There you go.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Bye, guys.
Welcome